All right, 4.1 is about to be released, so I am shooting some quick demo videos to show off some cool features. The first one of which is debug mode in pipelines. So to show this off, I've got a pipeline here that's taking an OPC branch and moving that to MQTT, and it's doing a bunch of stuff, and I'll show you that stuff in a minute. But to start, we'll just turn it on, and we can see that's running. Everything looks good. We jump to MQTT, and we can see here's our branch, or here, our OPC branch in the MQTT topic space. Looks good, and if we bring up Kepware, you can see I'm pulling from this line 1 and kind of pulling this data. It's kind of a fertilizer plant, but then I kind of messed it up and added some other interesting hierarchy and stuff in there too. So to build this pipeline, to help you do that, we've added this tool called Debug Mode. And so to start, I'm just going to turn this off real quick. We could leave it on, but for the purpose of this demo, I'll turn it off. And I'm going to hit this little bug to say enter debug mode. So debug mode allows you to take a payload down here and write that into the pipeline. So it's going to skip any of the triggers and inject a payload direct into the pipeline. In this case, I'm using the same data that I was writing out. So this fertilizer plant demo coming from an OPC. The difference is when I hit run, it's going to run this through the pipeline. It's going to show me everything that happened. So you can see down here, the first thing I do in the filter stage is I filter out statistics and system. Well, system is in the payload, it's under value, so that got filtered out. This is the event that came in from the left, this is the event that came out from the right, and that was filtered out like expected. You'll also see there's a value field. Pipeline events have values and metadata, if you're familiar with that. So the value is what would actually get written out over MQTT, for example, and then metadata is additional information that you can use in the output right or inject into the value. In this case, it's empty. But that's the separation there. My next stage is to break up. So what I'm doing is I'm taking all the structure under value, and by index, that first index in there, I'm going to break that up. So you can see the crusher becomes the first event. You can see one event came in and 7 came out. And if I index through here, you'll see each one took the key and then its values and became that single event. And then under metadata, the key name that got broke up gets injected. So in this case, breakup name granulator gets injected. So we have 7 events that came out. I then have a flatten stage. So what this is trying to do is that hierarchy I was showing you that I had added in here, I want to flatten that out. You can see for a number of events, like nothing happened. There was no hierarchy in there, so there's no change. And then when I get to the 7th or 8th, you can see that flattened, and I injected an underscore to flatten that out. And the last thing I did is I write this out over MQTT, each one of the 7 events, and I'm using this topic space. I'm using that breakup name that came through to define the topic path, and that's how I'm getting here. So really cool way to go through and step by step see what the stages have done, debug, troubleshoot your pipelines. Different than replay. Like replay, you can still turn on and monitor pipelines that are in production that have triggers flowing. You can still do test writes today, but debug is really a development tool to help you quickly figure out what it's doing and troubleshoot that and fix it. And just because I'm a fan of chaos, if I go in here and add an invalid topic, for example, and I hit run, you would see that there was failures in this pipeline. So it's going to jump immediately to the failure stage and kind of show you what happened there. And what's really cool is as I click around, I think I can, let's just go back to data. If I want to stick in one point and continually write values, I can generate new runs, and you keep that context of where you were at, so you can change values and quickly troubleshoot. So this is new in 4.1, super cool tool. We'll continue to enhance it, but give it a shot and let us know.